As all the worry continues over the fiscal cliff, in addition to a tax hike, 2013 could also mean much higher milk prices.
Reporter Margo Spann has more on how a farm bill that expired earlier this year could impact one of our state's biggest moneymakers.
That's right, Sarah and Eric. Wisconsin's dairy industry brings about $26.5 billion into our state annually, and that equals about 173,000 jobs. Without a new farm bill in place by the start of next year, some fear dairy farming could become a thing of the past. The USDA recommends 2 to 3 servings of dairy every day, and Penny Hirschberger wants to make sure her grandchildren are receiving that.
These are the growing years for them. They've got to have milk.
But the cost of putting that half gallon on the table could go up. That concerns dairy farmers like Pat O'Brien.
My fear is that we're going to see people turning away from buying my product if the price gets too high.
Since the Farm Bill expired earlier this year, the Milk Marketing Board is concerned milk producers like O'Brien won't know what to expect during the next 4 years.
If the Farm Bill's not replaced or extended, it reverts back to some legislation that goes back to 1949. And that has to do with the government buying surplus dairy products and then using those numbers to determine what the price of milk is.
If things go back to the parity level as established then, we're going to see our milk prices double, and that means that that price is going to have to be passed on to the consumer, and the consumer can see $7, $8, $9 milk.
Robson says they hope legislators will make a decision soon.
In discussions on the fiscal cliff, any changes or extensions or whatever to the Farm Bill could be included in any legislation that's passed there.
I certainly hope they can resolve things here by the end of the year, but it doesn't look very favorable.
The bottom line is producers don't want the price to get so high that people quit buying milk, but they don't want the price to be so low that farmers can't make a living. Now, before we see higher milk prices, the milk supply would have to build up, and that could take months, but everyone involved is hoping that Congress will pass some legislation to stop that from happening.
A tough balance, certainly. All right,
Absolutely.
thanks, Margo.